Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Let's Get Loud podcast. This is a solo podcast episode with A. I hope you guys are well. Happy Good Friday. I am just sitting down after a slower morning, as slow as I take my mornings. Sometimes I need to remind myself to chill out. I had a matcha, we made muffins, and then we did laundry, and then we cleaned the house. I It's been a couple years now since we've been like I was cleaning our house and then I got really busy and I was, getting support with cleaning the house and I just was so frustrated with trying to find the right person that I was like, fine, I'll just do it myself. And now as much as I think like you could probably get some support in this area, Alicia, I do also think it's important for the kids to take care of their home, to learn that skill. Like today I'm was teaching Alfie how to clean a toilet, you know? Anyways, I actually love cleaning. It's just sometimes I think the minutes that I'm taking to clean could be minutes spent other places. Anyway, so we cleaned the house, which always makes me feel so good. I'm like, yeah, like I am a person that if my space is not in order, so like it's not tidy, it's not clean, I get a little twitchy and a little cranky. I think I'm a little bit nicer to be around when things are looking real tidy. Clean house, and then I went for an epic walk. I was like, bye, everyone. I haven't gone for, it was probably 9 kilometers, which is not crazy, but I probably haven't gone for a 9 kilometer walk in a long time. Put my vest on, my weighted vest as well. Um, and I did a whole like blog thing about weighted vests, the pros and cons and the advantage to them. So if that interests you guys, send me a DM in my Instagram to say vest, and I'll just send you over the link. So yeah, put my weighted vest on, went for a nice walk. Sun is shining. It is beautiful here today. It feels like spring. And then I came home and had an everything shower. So I did a face mask, I did a hair mask, I like moisturized, I blow dried my hair. For me, that's like whew, a lot of effort there. And I just had the most delicious pina colada smoothie. And now I'm just like feeling like, yes, got my life together. We always spend Easter in Fredericton. So we are on our way tomorrow to Fredericton. I need to pack. The kids need to pack. The kids have sports tomorrow morning. So as soon as the sports are done, we're going to hit the road and spend some time in Fredericton. So that should be really fun today, tomorrow, this weekend. I love spending time. I love spending Easter in Fredericton. It's a little bit of our tradition. So wow, there you go. There's every little last step of my day that you guys didn't ask for, but I told you. And Neil and I got back from Punta Cana. When did we get back? Friday. So it's been a week. I've been home a week. Wow, that went fast. It was a great trip. It was 5 nights. It's the longest I've ever left the kids, which I did find myself a little bit anxious at the tail end of our trip. But that's like who I am as a person. And I don't want to say I need to work on that because I don't need to work on anything. But I'm feeling like I'm ready like to choose to work on that. Something also happened that we were sitting on the couch and I was like, I don't know what I was saying. I was saying something to Neil. And Alfie piped up and he was like, Mom, you're so hard on yourself. You're always expecting more of yourself. It's never good enough. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that like he picked up on that. And that is 100% who I am as a human. It's like my superpower, but also my like, I don't know, it's not the best quality about me. And part of like the vacation, how I'm getting what I'm getting to is the last 2 days of the vacation. I'm always like, okay, next, like move. That was great. Relax. Yep. Check, check, check. Relax. Did all the things, took all the pictures. Now we go. And sometimes I see myself maybe not being as mindful and present in the moment and enjoying the moment. I'm like, always, and it's not about a like a gratitude thing. It's not about like, okay, now I have that, now on to the next best thing. It's not that at all. It's a productivity thing. It's like, hey, done next. But it's like there's something to be said about just chilling out. My parents had the kids and they absolutely crushed it. They came to stay here, which was really nice because then the kids were in school and the kids had a great time. They bonded with my parents. So I think next year, because I went on a trip with a brand that I'm an ambassador for. And I've already earned the trip for next year. And next year, the trip is in Cabo. So I'm really excited about that. I think next year I'm going to maybe need to remind myself, maybe I should put an alarm in my phone right now to remind myself to chill out, to really try to enjoy myself, to be present in the moment, to not feel like you want to rush home. Like I might need that reminder. So, anyways, we had a great trip. It was so nice to get some sunshine, enjoyed Punta Cana. We actually booked a trip to Punta Cana next March with the kids. And by chance, the resort that we booked is literally next door to the resort we were just at. So I know the beach and it is absolutely stunning, like white sand. It was beautiful. The weather was perfect. Anyways, I'm really excited. So I already have two fun trips booked for next year. How good is that? Um, so yeah, got back. I must say, holy moly. So I did bring all of my supplements and stuff with me. Didn't take one. Alicia. I just didn't. I have no excuse, no reason, nothing. And I got home and my joint pain was so significant. Now, here's the thing. It was a pretty like drastic turnaround, right? I went from like eating like whole nutrient dense foods and like moving my body, lifting weights, drinking water, taking all my supplements, having my shake every day to like you know, the whole all-inclusive life. Now, I was so reasonable. There was days I didn't drink at all, and when I did drink, I call it the Alicia special. I think I've shared this with you guys before. But I switched things up a little bit at this resort because we were in, here's my brain. My brain is like, love a theme, right? So in Mexico, obviously I'm drinking tequila. While we weren't in Mexico, we we're in Dominican, so I had to drink rum. So I went to a pina colada, and what I would do in the cup is I'd be like, this much rum, this much water, just literally water, and then pina colada mix. It was the perfect mix. It wasn't too sweet. It was like perfect. So we called that the Alicia special. Anyways, I was super reasonable while we were away with alcohol and food. So I was really proud of myself for that. And that felt good to come home. However, I like that to come home not feeling icky, you know? However, I got home and felt old. I felt my joints. And I guess it was like a good reminder of like, oh, okay, so like the supplements that you're taking to support your joint health, they must be actually doing something. I didn't bring my collagen. So lesson learned, I will not do that again. I just went to have a massage yesterday because the it was bad. My body was in a little bit of a bad state. So that's a good reminder to myself that those wellness things that I am doing, it's not that I didn't know they were working, and I'm almost grateful that I had that experience because now it's like, oh, it's like you want, this is me. When I'm doing something, I want to feel confident that it's making a difference, right? And so feeling the way I did after not being consistent with it was like, oh, no, 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 this is working. Like this is making a difference. So, anyways, that felt good. Wow, wow. None of this is what I'm here to talk to you guys about today. So this is what happened. I was prepping our members for the 10 weeks of action. So it's not too late to join us. We start Monday. Okay. So what the 10 weeks of action is, or 10 weeks to thrive. Sorry. I was prepping our members for the 10 weeks to thrive plan, which starts on Monday. And what the 10 weeks to thrive is basically 10 weeks of staying connected and focused for looking for intentional weight loss. Okay. And I was talking to them about the fact that I truly believe to my core the only way to get lasting weight loss is to change your habits and your lifestyle and to change your relationship with food, to think about food differently. But at the end of the day, habit change, system change, lifestyle change. And that takes time. Like when I think about how long it took me to stop binging, when I think about how long it took me to not eat like an asshole on the weekend, it took years of me working on those habits and those systems and changing them. And so I know that you guys don't want to wait years to get results. So basically, I created the 10 weeks to thrive with the intention of making changes immediately that get the scale moving while working on the bigger things. And so it was really important for me in order, like basically, when you join, my goal is that week one, everyone loses weight. But I know you guys are like, ooh, Alicia, that feels diety. We're not losing weight on a diet, guys. We're going to make small, sustainable changes that will result in a calorie deficit. As simple as that. And that can be done without dieting. So, anyways, I'm having this conversation with our members and I'm like talking them through how to use the template that goes with the 10 weeks to thrive. And I start to talk about income generating activities. And at the same time, I'm listening to this business podcast. and is talking about, making sure that when you're working, you're not just doing your busy work, like you're actually doing things that are income generating activities. And then I thought, calorie deficit generating activities. That's where we need to put our focus. And often I see this happen all the time. People are like, I want to lose weight. And then I'm like, okay, awesome. What changes are you making? And they're like, eating more vegetables, going to bed at 10 and drinking my water. And I'm like, amazing. Like amazing. Like overall wellness, those are incredible things that if you can be consistent with, that is going to be so good for your overall wellness. Does anyone see the problem in those three things though? If weight loss is your goal, none of those are income generating activities. Okay. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm doing the quotation marks, or not watching on YouTube. What I mean by that is none of them are calorie deficit generating activities. They're supporting activities. They're wellnessy activities. They have value. They're incredible. They are a part of the let's build a sustainable, long-term, healthy lifestyle things, but they're not weight loss things. And what happens is people implement these changes, then they don't see results on the scale, and then they get frustrated and they think they're broken and or they just stop. And I want to end that cycle for people. I never want people to feel broken. I always want people to feel like they have access to what they're looking for. And if weight loss is what you're looking for, my job is to help you get it. And like Results Alicia is in the house, and Results Alicia is a little bit spicy and she does not sugarcoat it, and she's going to call you on your shit. She's going to tell you that you are eating more than you think, just like every single other human on this planet. It's just who we are. It's the accessibility of food. It's the calorie density of food in 2025. It's our lack of mindfulness in 2025. It's habits. So there's so many different pieces to why, but most people are consuming more energy than they realize. And that is going to be a big piece of us unlocking that and figuring out that and finding where that energy is coming into. So basically, I thought it would be cool to list a few of so I asked our members to make a list of calorie deficit generating activities and put it in the group, and then list the supporting activities so people could start to really see the difference. So our members during the 10 week to thrive are going to work on 2 calorie deficit generating activities and 2 support activities every single week. Okay. 10 weeks. Do you know what else we're going to do? I feel like I say this all the time, but here's the moment. We're going to stay connected every day. You choose how. Is it a journal? Is it an email to team? Is it a conversation with your friend? Is it you looking at your vision board? Is it you saying a quote, writing out gratitude? What is it? But you are going to stay connected every single day for 10 weeks, 70 days. Can you do that? Staying connected is one of the most undervalued tool when it comes to achieving any goal. People think it's not enough. I promise you that if you stay connected to a goal for 70 days, you will increase the likelihood that you achieve that goal. I don't know by how many percent, but 100% confident that it's higher than if you didn't stay connected. Okay. So that's one thing we're going to be doing during the 10 weeks to thrive. But let's get back to the calorie deficit generating activities. So, really simple, guys. It means less energy in and more energy out. And there's a million different things that you could do. Now, I'm going to list some things to you, but not all of them are relevant to you. Like I could say switch to lower calorie beer. Maybe that's not relevant to you because you don't drink beer. Maybe that's not relevant to you because the thought of drinking lower calorie beer makes you want to give up. And that's not the right change. So it's really important that we are all, as always, sticking to our values, our resources, our environment. And we're not doing things for weight loss alone. I am simply there to give you ideas, but you choose. There's nothing you have to do and there's nothing you can't do to create a calorie deficit. We're just looking for ways to have less energy in. Things like switching from regular pop to diet pop. Having maybe you have toast every day. What if you had no butter on your toast? Again, does that make you feel like, or are you like, I could do that? So find the little things in your life where you're like, I could do that every single day. Make a few of those small tweaks compounded over time, you will start to see the scale going down without massive lifestyle and habit changes. Okay. Extra bites. That was a big one. What I mean by extra bites is like You're making your kids' lunches, you're making supper, you're cleaning up, and you're just like a garbage can. Okay. Maybe you're doing shots in the pantry at nighttime. Those are things that if you stopped doing them, you would consume less energy, compounded over time, you would create weight loss. Reducing portions, cooking your air fryer instead of cooking in a pan with oil, less creamer in your coffee or just a smaller size coffee, portion your nighttime snack. There's so many specific calorie deficit generating activities. And that was just energy in. I think there's a bigger list of energy in, energy out. Could you walk with a weighted vest? Could you do more steps in the day than you currently do? Could you park further away? Could you take the steps? Could you get up and walk around your office every hour? How could you, get more energy out? And again, I'm not asking you to start a brand new gym routine. I'm not asking you to start running 5 kilometers. That is not the purpose here. The purpose of these are that they are small changes that can be implemented immediately without really disrupting your environment. Like if you went from doing no exercise to working out 5 times a week, that's going to disrupt your environment. That's going to require habit change, lifestyle change, effort, energy, focus. Okay. I want you right now, for this 10 weeks, to be actually focusing on the low hanging fruit. That's what we're doing. We're going to focus on the low hanging fruit. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of low hanging fruit in your life. And so we're not doing that. We're just like, if you do 8,000 steps, could you do 10,000? Simple, small changes that won't require massive changes. Okay. And then a few things that are supports. So if it's not a calorie deficit, um, generating activity. I don't know why it's so hard. Income generating activity just like flows off my tongue to me, but the extra word in there really rattles me. Calorie deficit generating activity. So if it's not a calorie deficit generating activity, what is it? It's a supporting actor. It's like, here's your main actor, and then we got your supporting actors. Okay. Valuable, important, but it's just, I want you to keep your eye on the prize. Okay. And honestly, if you're listening to this and you're like, actually, weight loss isn't my goal, amazing. We actually have a program going on at the same time, which is self-awareness. People that are looking to create weight loss in the 10 weeks to thrive will be following my coaching session, which is weight loss, and Jose's, which is self-awareness, because you need both. But anyone that is not wanting to lose weight, because we have a lot of members that have stayed with us throughout the years who have lost all their weight and they're on their maintenance journey. And so we always want to make sure there's content for them. So you would just follow the self-awareness. And so for you, maybe you would only focus on the wellnessy changes. That's fun, right? So here's the wellnessy changes or the supporting actors or the non-calorie deficit generating activities. Now I added another word. Drinking water. So again, I don't want you guys to think that I'm telling you not to drink more water. I don't want you guys to think that I'm like drinking water has no value. What I want you to know is that drinking water is incredible. However, if you consume more water, that act in isolation. So these are the things that in isolation will not help you create a calorie deficit. Now, drinking more water gives you more energy, less cravings, less hunger. Well, that can't be bad for weight loss, right? So it's like a byproduct. But in isolation, drinking more water is not going to create a calorie deficit for you. So I just want you to really have the list kind of separate in your brain so that when you are focusing your attention and intention and energy on things, you're focusing on things that are going to move the needle. Because you guys are going to give up if it doesn't happen. Journaling, going to sleep by 10, taking your vitamins, having more vegetables, having more nutrient dense food, having more fiber, having more protein, meal prepping, amazing things, but not calorie deficit generating activities. So that is where I'm going to be guiding you, helping you, teaching you to put your focus so that we can create weight loss for you. We can kickstart that weight loss, get the scale going while we're working on the bigger habit changes. Does that sound fun, everyone? Oh, no one changed my garbage. Okay, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I absolutely love our Friday podcast, a place where I can just share all the things and be vulnerable. And I'm just super excited about what's to come over the next 10 weeks. I'll put the link in the show notes to join the 10 weeks to thrive. Like I said, we start Monday, not too late. We're going to have coaching sessions this week. You can print the template, you can get in the community group, you can get going. If you're looking to just feel a little bit more comfortable in your skin before summer without dieting, okay, this is the place for you. All right, everyone. Have a good day. Have a great weekend. Bye.